or App Store. Why wait? Download the AMAZE TV app today for more content. You can on website www.amazetv.sl.live. Also catch up with us on all our social media platforms. Hello, good morning again, and welcome to another edition of Focus Salone, where they come to now only the AMAZE TV channel 32. Inside the program today again, we get all the important thing where we get for can talk about. As always, it can be part of the program by sending in your text message to the number +232 79 222 89. Inside the program today, we get for can discuss about large orientation for new executive members and Nehemiah project on the importance of vocational skills to Sierra Leone's economy. As always, I want to say plenty thank you to Coffee Couriers because they're always there with me and then they sponsor this program. Me now, our host for today, Lydia K. Tucker and
Karim Osise. And the viewers, of course, if I can be part of the program, we are in not just for seeing the thoughts and contributions to the number we may a host don't talk about. You can also as well follow in our various social media platforms at amazetv.sl. So therefore, we are your pilots. Therefore, fasten up your seatbelt because one for can take man into spaces. Normally, even like and speed. But we as well for going for a short commercial break. We shall be right back. So therefore, fasten up your seatbelt.
Coffee Couriers Freetown, 100% Robusta coffee, proudly made in Sierra Leone. We offer hot coffee, coffee bags, green coffee, cocoa powder size, 100 gram. Our coffee beans are grown and harvested in Kono and Kenema in the east of Sierra Leone, roasted and packaged in Freetown by our friendly team. About us, we provide ready, available and affordable coffee bag to the market. We do free coffee tasting and delivery service. We do coffee consulting service. We do coffee guide and training. We do coffee tour. Our facilities: breakfast, meetings, training, and Wi-Fi. For wholesale, you can contact us on the number +232 8826 3333 or visit the nearest supermarket at 47 Wonsab Drive, Spur Road.
And welcome back to the program Focus Salone with the Canton now only on AMAZE TV channel 32. This now a flagship program, and inside this program we can talk about everything where they happen at Salone: politics, entertainment, agriculture, health, and a lot more. Like I say, today inside the program we can talk about / orientation for new executive members, and also the Neymar project and the importance of vocational skills to Sierra Leone's economy. And for can talk about these two important things, we get guests them at the studio. We're capable for can take me through this. I want to introduce the first guest where we get at the studio. Where now Reverend Prince Tommy Williams. He's the executive director at Lifeline Nehemiah Project, and also. And
on the right hand side, family, of course, the other guests now short and industries. Intelligent, robust, and development-oriented personality, wherein, of course, you don't change the dynamics, because all over the years it's been male. So, family, the guest now the studio for this program as well. Now, Humu Awabaka double for be the PRO for the Salone Association of Journalists. Good morning, welcome to the program.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
We're glad you forget to learn at the studio as always. So, of course, ladies first. I will start with the ladies first.
Right.
Reverend, you just get for me. I'll start with the ladies first.
No problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, our PRO, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, on being the PRO for / now. So, I want to make you tell we and Fambule outside, like, what are the purpose of the / orientation for the new executive members, them where they don't get.
All right. Being get to elections in June last month, we elect new members who can serve the association for the next 3 years, because the term for the previous executive will expire. So as a constitutional agreement, we forget elections. So we go into elections, and some of we win the election, and after that, when people make a campaign, people will realize, say, people made promises. And sometimes when some people they go into executive positions, people not actually know their roles. Now then they make conflict can come, somebody they overstep in boundary, somebody can want for do things their way, actually not on your own, and sometimes someone they neglect their responsibilities. So as an association, we see and say, you're supposed to forget orientation. Because when you look at / as a body, not just that kind of fake organization.
Yeah.
/ is an organization for reckon with. You see, we do elections as Salone, very tough election. Possibly they close to the media, go know how tense this particular election will be. But at the end of the day, after the election, everybody come and accept the results, say it worth it, because the executive by then do the homework properly. The Electoral Commission ensures say nothing all FBN where they not address, where get for with concerns for membership from different aspirants them, so that at the end of the day when we go to elections, everybody go happy with the result. And so after the election, before somebody assume a role, even an office, before when you employ a staff, you need to do staff orientation so that the person know a role and a responsibility. And / will not give person TOR where go say this now in terms of reference. So the only also they get you TOR now when you go through the orientation, most people able for know what exactly now the role of the president now the association. According to Article 9 of the association constitution, they tell you say the president is the head of / and that means say now in your project them they supersede every other candidate or every other executive member in position. and every other executive member, they work in collaboration with the president. Let's take, for example, the role of the Secretary General. The Secretary General is now the head of the administrative part of SLAD. And they are responsible for run the day-to-day activities of the office of SLAD with supervision from the president. So that don't mean say as executive members we no get say na the executive. It don't mean say as executive members you know will come up with your ideas. But when we sit down at executive level and then you say now this I want to do, you bring it to the table, we discuss it. We have a look at is it timely? Is it appropriate at this time? What if I do for beef up this idea? Nobody idea not small. But if fine for like we all know say we responsibility na XYZ. And it will only happen if people are oriented, let people get an understanding of how the executive they run. Because slash not that kind of thing where you go fit to say I do what I want, they elect me, like how they elect you, so I will go for do what me want, the other person that will do what he wants. No. At the end of the day, it's about teamwork, it's about collaboration. So that make we been going to the orientation for the new members, and also for like the old members and set able for share ideas with the new member and say, when I was in this position, I did XYZ. This and this and this 9 people only expect from you role as organizing secretary, you role as assistant secretary general. The assistant secretary general, they for work with the secretary general. Okay. They assume the role of the secretary general. When the secretary general no day, or when the secretary general say, okay, you do XYZ today with supervision from the president. Right. So now all of the things that we've been going to discuss will be make the orientation be really, really necessary.
Thank you so much for that detailed explanation. So we have again, you go tell me about the Lifeline Nehemiah project and how I can do the training, because even me, now my first time for you about Lifeline Nehemiah. So you don't want to hear what?
One day.
So you can give me a brief background about it and how I can do the vocational trainings.
Thank you. So yeah, thank you Honorable for hosting me here this morning. Lifeline Nehemiah project, an organization we've done operate since 1996 officially. Right. The founder and a late person now, but it invests into so many lives over the years where they rescue child soldiers during the time and day, but also then they look at picking them way challenging community and give them a kind of hope, especially the one them way marginalized. Right. So Lifeline established nursery, a big in education actually. Lifeline very big in education. By that I mean they're into nursery, primary, junior secondary and senior secondary school where they run. Not happy. We get leadership training program where they talk about over 900 young people that don't pass through the leadership training program, and some of them don't become leaders in various cadres in the country. So it's a vision where God been given to the founder, late Reverend Richard Mandara Cole. That vision, they even when passed off, he already don't pass them on to young people where them don't already go to university and don't graduate and come back. And that is why even up to this moment we get up to 40% of beneficiaries where then they're part of the management team up to this moment. So for now, we get the vocational training program where also they're part of the package who they offer. We're into research where we work with teenage pregnant girls as well. With a support girl picking them where then they make mistake along the line, some of them peer pressure. The reasons then can vary. But we do research. We'll go for launch very soon. We'll go for explain to public. But specifically, if I for talk about like the vocational skills training, we're not the topic today. We done the offer skills training over the years. We run electrical installation, hospitality, ICT, plumbing. Before now, we're funding up in there. We're also there into auto mechanic. We also been there into hairdressing and catering. But holistically, for now, not just for because funding may not elapse, but we believe in sustainability. Like we Sierra Leoneans, we get what it takes for keep things running. So with funding being done, we continue with the 4 components, and then 4 components. And they, as I talk, from all starts to this moment, we don't train over 2,900 young people. 54% of them, and they don't gain job or create jobs.
In Sierra Leone?
Yes,
or?
in Sierra Leone. But some of them travel out of country, then gain job out of the country as well. But with the track, with data, they track them as in they go out of the country. So the whole thing is about how we can able for empower with young people and for let them contribute to the economy of this nation. Because honestly speaking, if we say no more government not able to solve all the problems.
Yeah.
But how we all care for put hands together as Sierra Leoneans, we will also as Sierra Leoneans for solve your own problems. And if you watch back the 2015 census, where them in conduct, one of the issues we've been show up now that yes, we young people, the population they increase, and if population they increase, we got to consider how we they able to engage them positively. If that's not the case, then the young people and the way for contribute meaningfully, then we end up for begin to contribute negatively in we economy status.
Amazing. Reverend Prince, thanks for that background, historical context, and as well highlighting like the keen like services on agenda to the people and of course maybe vulnerable people. So like I just want to know like on a partnership with government or local sectors. Are there any partnership we established or form?
So yes, before now, they work with the line ministries, and even now they work with the line ministries. In terms of partnership, I mean, we over the years, like the leadership training program, the founder with the Ministry of then Nabi Ministry of Social Welfare, come together, they make a kind of decision where really they benefit Sierra Leoneans, and not only today from then time and day. So that relationship they continue. The Ministry of Higher Education, we then to there is no way we would be able to operate in education if they're not really involved in the process. Yes. Yeah. I remember 2020, 2021, we get funding from the government where we were able to train 300 young people and unemployed youths in their 4 skills training areas. Yeah. But the unique aspect of it, we also get what we call steady values, where we the lies with the employers. The employers them as well. We got over 45 employers across the country who they work with in partnership. The likes of Radisson Blue, the likes of EDSA in Freetown and other places in the country. So that relationship done there, that understanding done there. Before now, they develop or they review with curriculum, the Ministry of Education plus their employers there, where they come together, where they get their own input for how we able for upgrade with curriculum. And one of the things we've been find out, young people then they get a skill, but they not get the life skills. Like some young people and they know the job, but then they fire them or sack them for 5-gallon fuel where then they thief. That's really not good. So when we train, we get to steady value, STEADI. The S stands for serving the community, the T stands for teamwork, the E excellence, the A accountability, the D don't turn a blind eye, and the I integrity. Because everybody where they employ somebody, it wants to see that integrity, it wants somebody where they can add value. So when we train them, we input that. But also we get the mentorship aspect of it. We get the entrepreneur aspect of with training, because the mentorship, we get some young people and we can come, when they come into the training, they can get family challenges, they can get peer pressure. You can find out some people like, oh, you don't start this course, they don't drop out of the course, now they take this drug. So we get mentors, trained mentors over the years, where even the lies with family members, with the workers or the employers. So that's how we do it on.
Me want to ask a question for Una too. Our PRO, since you're a journalist and in the media world, and Una they deal with vocational institution, training, and teenagers, community engagement and all, because basically now all anything that they do. So how you think say the media will able to collaborate with vocational institutions, just like the Lifeline, the AMAZE projects, the things the way they do? how do you think so not going to collaborate? And also as a vocational institution, how you self think say una can able to collaborate with the media?
It's a good question.
Yes,
but I think
both
the ladies first. Yes, the ladies first.
Yes, no problem.
First of all, the role of the media now one way everybody knows is very important to international development. And that don't make the media only put on by a lot of things that we get for the national development. Now the media can they fish out certain things where they make even the civil society, community-based organization, and you know, because of investigative reporting, human interest stories where the media they cover. Now the most remote villages, now the media they tell the stories of the most deprived people. But in as much as that one day they happen, most times when then situation and they can they occur, when the media can they pitch out their story, then they where then people are where they into vocational skills or civil society can get fundings, then can now they sideline the media. They don't get time for do with the media.
You see,
so
now secrets don't begin come out.
They don't get time for do with the media. I have been in this profession for almost 20 years. Wow. So I know say they don't get time. Sometimes the only time when they call the media now when they start maybe launching
or
when it comes to graduation. But taking the media along the process, it can be very difficult for them. I don't know why. And it's not just about the money, it's about collaboration.
Like everyone they can answer why.
Yeah, it's about collaboration because this person it don't make you don't get that funding. Because you don't wink on the idea to you don't able to write whatever project, whatever funding where you don't decide for do or whatever activity where you don't undertake. And if you don't undertake them projects and they take the person along. If not every time, but once a week or once a month, depending on when you feel it will be appropriate, can see how far they don't go. So it's about partnership. And sometimes those partnerships is not all about money. Because even the media, the journalists there, I know of a lot of media people who are into skills training. If I tell you say I they bake, you go be surprised when I say I they bake.
I don't go surprised though.
So you see, that don't tell you say even the media, there are people who get interest in skills training.
Yeah.
So it depends on how you come with the package. Say I want to collaborate with Una. Una self get people in our community who Una feel to say Una help we identify these people. And we most times when they go into the in the back, they don't do proper visibility for like people know say these are the set of people that need it. Not just waiting you feel say whether you sabi.
Yeah,
so
saying it right now.
Because I know and all of them in there now only when you take the possibility to start the story along, maybe don't interview one or two people, it gets the media get eyes and nose for news. It gets eyes and nose for no sense. So when you take along the media, then you help both the media and you they grow. Because the media now the stories then they tell. You now the lives you they change. But those lives can only change when the stories are told. So that is why they need for like a really come into partnership with the media. And also we are all partners in development. We are not in competition, but we are partners and we should collaborate so that the young people that we target, then they come. Because we watch the media now, most of the people that come into the media now young people.
Yeah.
And those young people, now only when you set their minds them, there you see they become
so
productive.
Now, how are you waiting
and set them become to society.
I respond.
Well, thank you so much for the opportunity, Ona, to give me for respond. I want to believe, say, Madam Mumu, the point that we make out of your experience with other institutions or individuals, but I don't think it all one day work with we. So I not go say in submission.
Yes.
Yes.
It could be a general
Yes. So, but at this point, I can tell you, even in our opening statements, when I'm not been area about Lifeline.
Thank you.
But we like SLBC, AYV, lots of other media outlets, but especially the one that we be say they within, because we're not Eastern where they operate. Now we don't they work with them. I think there is a difference between where they try for partner, owner the partner with a particular media house. It's different from owner they try for collaborate for ensure they wanna sell out a common idea. So there's no way if we let's say we go for funding. If we don't say now we go for funding, we don't plan that together. There's a budget line, we don't go for funding come, then we say now no, we close that budget line. It's not possible. I mean, I talk out of experience. We know the operator integrity, not in that. But if now like okay, funders don't give the money, it's just based on activity, then when I call the media, that's a different situation. I think we need to understand the dynamics in all the things, and you get to call project management in the delivery process. You get budget lines and we go for involved. So sometimes some institutions not to intentionally say would they shift would they knock off the media house, but then budget line as well knocking, because honestly some media houses and the way you call them, if they charge you for waiting for you will begin we not get that money in the budget line. So from management point of view, sometimes that person or the project manager will be constrained for say, okay, we're not able to call 2, 3 media, not just call one. Sometimes the initial intention, but I know I can't talk for people generally. But for we they collaborate. I mean, there's no way they say you want for South Sierra Leone, you're not able for partner and collaborate with others. That's why I just mentioned they partner with over 45 employers across the country. We always look out for credible media houses who are actually willing for work with because for we it's not just the skills training. How many media houses we go the domestic violence they're out there, because they work in communities, 8 districts. There is a domestic violence issue that they try for address. Would are ready for work alongside with we for address that issue. Okay, there is a kind of bullying out there where go for the way injustice. Would are ready for work with we for law we address that. We not get the money for spend, but one for address that person for the marginalized person as we they do at community level. And by the way, as also the executive director, we done into community engagement consultants as well for community engagement and involvement. For over 20 years we done on this. So it's something where they part of we.
Alex, we get guests in the studio, we get experience.
The studio is on fire.
It's like you see the years of experiences.
And it's Madam Barry, of course, lady, and of course in submission that tells you is actually a PRO. It's a bit the issues.
Exactly.
For family, of course, we not just want ensure say the studio continue to be on fire. One for ensure say that TV don't put we now the watch it. Not allowing cold so much. Therefore, one for going for a break. We'll come then. We'll continue the program. Stay connected. Stay
Town. 100% Robusta coffee, proudly made in Sierra Leone. We offer hot coffee bags, green coffee, cocoa powder size, 100 gram. Our coffee beans are grown and harvested in Kono and Kenema in the east of Sierra Leone, roasted and packaged in Freetown by our friendly team. About us, we provide ready, available and affordable coffee bag to the market. We do free coffee tasting and delivery service. We do coffee consulting service. We do coffee guide and training. We do coffee tour. Our facilities: breakfast, meetings, training, and Wi-Fi. For wholesale, you can contact us on the number +232 8826 3333 or visit the nearest supermarket at 47 Wonsab Drive, Spur Road.
Hello and welcome back to the program Focus Salone. They come to now only now AMAZE TV channel 32. As soon as the discussion is getting more interesting in the studio, as the journalist is giving their own view how they can collaborate with also vocational institutions, how we can help ourselves or make sure say we get a better Sierra Leone. So as we continue the discussion in the studio, don't forget to be part of the program by sending in your text message to the number +232 79 So our PRO as we continue this discussion. So I want to know what are the key goals / hopes to achieve for this new leadership.
All right, so now / the work on the manifesto, the action manifesto. We talk about advocacy, we talk about engagement, we talk about accountability, we talk about collaboration. So now then the action manifesto they look into. But as executive, we not actually all executive meeting it. Let we know what we go start with. But one of the things that we know say we get for continue with now for build on the legacies where the executive, the past executive, the non-build, so that we continue for take / to a higher height, where we continue for do more trainings for membership, because the media they grow every day. A lot of people are able to understand the role of the medium and / because sometimes people misunderstand / not to everything we get for do with governance issues, selling and issues. People can rush say, oh, / are not put press release, oh, / are not say this. The focus of / now for promote free speech, freedom of expression, freedom of the media, for train the journalists them, for look after the welfare of the journalists. So that is the key vision of / and all of them say we can say we achieve them through lobby, negotiations, trainings, and partnership. Now, before now, we've been getting the I-Verify platform, where the project don't still continue, and we still continue for look at them, because one of the things that we get for doing the I-Verify platform, now for there we able to handle the issue of misinformation, disinformation. People can just see anything on social media without verifying and begin to share them. And one of the submissions that way one ex-president make when Umar Fofana is to let the journalists take advantage of the space now, social media. Because there's a difference between traditional media owners, professional journalists, and bloggers.
Exactly.
A professional journalist can be a blogger.
I just want to say, most of these bloggers, they want for intent for take the role of the professional journalist instead of them doing
and they are not professional
and
journalists.
It's disturbing the journalists and their work.
Honestly,
it's a very important thing.
So that is why now / got a project pending why we go for train female journalists on digital media, so that people need for able for know, let them able for take advantage of the space. You can be a professional journalist, get you page or get your social media platform and do correct, accurate and balanced information.
Exactly.
So it's up to the public now for say, okay, this is a journalist, this is professional. The bloggers, they are there for the likes, the money, the views, and for them, most of them don't get time for cross-check the stories.
Fact check, they don't do
anything. And in media, they train me say, before cross-check, fact check, and double check before you hear out anything. And be it as it may, as a journalist, when you post something, first of all, they never look at your media institution where they work for, say, this person are from this media.
It's credible.
They come out. So it's credible. When another people can tell people and say, there's a thin line between your personal life and your professional life. That line is very thin. People are not actually able to understand that line there. So, because people are not able to distinguish between the professional life and the personal life, so you have to ensure, say, even the things that you do personally, able to reflect on you as a journalist. So when we get for this, when they say take over the space, the social media space, let's do it in a professional manner, in a very decent manner, so that they're able to understand, say, this is a blogger we in na entertainment or na this one and that day. And then when the professional journalist or the traditional media person goes into the space, you know, say when you want to look out for actuality, credibility, you find those people there.
Yeah.
So now that we all of that needed now, the new executive gave us long and look into, because the expectations are there, the expectations are high, and we just will live up to those expectations. We just will live up to. If I don't say, even now with communities, when they know say you are a journalist, the way people perceive you, the different from the banker, different from the lawyer, anything happens. Then they wait for you, let them come ask you. And whatever you say, whether it's right or true, people take it as hook, line, and sinker.
Exactly.
So that is why we always just say, your life needs to reflect on your profession.
Yeah, exactly.
So all of them trainings and they slightly continue for Duam, slightly intend for Duam, so that we continue for mold and shape, even though we know say there will be one or two skirmishes or one or two whatever.
That's another stop.
We want to ensure say we minimize them.
Yeah.
One for ensure say as executive we continue for work with other. We get so many partners that we will partner with. We get the MICG, we get BBC Media Action, Talking Drum Studio, UNDP, all of those people.
We actually want to wish you all the best with that. I just want to know, Reverend, training young people, community development, it can come with a lot of challenges.
Sure.
Especially when you get for train youth then with practical skills. So you going to highlight what are some of the challenges the way an organization don't they face and how one can handle that?
I think one of the major one, I can start with funding. Then they not to directly from the young people, but skills training, especially quality skills training, is expensive. And I think na area than the way maybe sometimes they make governments over the years they struggle for really invest huge in skills training because it's really expensive. But with we young people, this push we don't come. If we want for start now, I can start with the push we don't carry the affect with young people. We mean say mentors then for step up. We mentors then step up. The time with them they invest double now. Then the other aspects now that this cultural practices where some young people are born now this I know the skill instead of I work hard for liable for make me own life. I they look at somebody way make life or way acquire wealth in the wrong way. So it's a young people that want to do that. So we come to budget something when at 10,000, the quality item way for put 10,000 leons or 10 leon, this with new currency, then go 10 for put 20 leons. And forgetting to note that, then they lost customer by that. So bringing all them things here and to change your mindset takes millions of conversation. So that conversation sometimes is not easy. Even some of the staff them, it can sound like, but it can sound like say then they pour water and the dogs in back. But later then they end up for see the results where some of the young people can go on in their career and be successful. So challenges and the funding, as I mentioned, it's a one key one where they affect because we were awaiting book. We right now they get over 250. We not even advert it before even because people don't already know success stories and they're out there. We don't get products them. We don't now they don't get jobs. They don't create jobs. They take care of themselves. So where the news they go out there, they get young people from across the country, Kenema, Bo, McKinney, then they come. Well, with time we don't advise we for log a hostel. We not decided, but really then they come from their apply side for just can learn the skills now free time.
All right, so we don't get so many text messages. We don't come inside now the program, and I just want to read few and Kai himself go read few. Definitely. Now we get one question we come up from Mohamed Yankin in the Waterloo. Mohamed Yankin they ask the question for you, Pastor. He say, are there any upcoming projects or events that the public should look out for? If like any program or vocational training or anything they come up with, maybe they will opt in for or for be part of the organization. Then a young question. Then also we get Aminata Momowe, the AMAZE. A young question is directed to a lady, and they say, how does LAJ support young journalists to become more involved in developmental reporting? So those are the two questions for you. Kaimu, do you have any text messages?
As always, not always all the time, ladies. Of course, we wish for not get our get. So the first one reads, it goes straight to Madam Piao. It reads, big shout out to Madam Umu Awabakar. Your insight on journalism and national development is inspiring. We need more large interventions like this in both districts. Ekumo for Mariama Sisi, Ukumo, Odison, Imesinan, Jala, Bo. Number 2 one reads, Madam Piao, your delivery is powerful. The media needs to do more to promote carpentry, tailoring, and other vocational skills. Well done. Apply content, public vital. And then finally to reverend vocational skills. This one reads, this is what Salone needs, practical solutions. Thank you, Reverend, for believing in our young people. Please extend your project to Makeni, Fatimata Kaba, Makeni City. That's all.
All right, I think when I get few compliments, and 2 questions,
yes.
So I can kindly respond. Ladies first.
Okay.
All right. Now the thing what is that they do for help young journalists na trainings. If I now say before now when we talk about, let's go back to 2023 elections. Before 2023 election, when there's election here, we say a lot of complaints about journalists being beaten, journalists going into problems after elections, the media and the whoever wins get for the tussle about how they treat journalists, them, the police, the security. So what we first of all do then and they when President Monk they now for sign MOU with the security sector where like then they able for make we get that kind of collaboration, do trainings between the security and the journalists then for know how them for relate in terms of conflict reporting, elections and all. And then for most of the 2023 elections, LAJ had so many projects where we help for train journalists across the country on election reporting. We been get the SLAJ electoral guide, we get the IMC media code of practice, and all of them we train journalists them a lot. And then they not stop because now continuous training every day new people are coming to the profession. And because of the job that we do, we need continuous refresher trainings so able for know how for handle imagine issues the way they come. So we continue for doing kind of training then day. People are way now. Let me encourage people for be SLAJ members because most time these trainings now that one as SLAJ member they more the benefits from them. So this year we passed so we not been do intake because of the elections. But hopefully
so when
before the end of the
application,
we will go for pull application for let people income. So you will not get you 5 words where you don't the practice. Maybe you get 5 words but you not get English. Try for instance say you get 5 words including English because we get a lot of graduates here now where they come off for the college and other universities where they can join. Then they did themselves. They tell we do the last intake. We've been getting over 100 and something people when are degree holders, masters holders, the people with PhDs where they can join SLAJ. So that requirement can become part of SLAJ and then enjoy the facilities of being a SLAJ member by enjoying the trainings, benefiting from these trainings will go help for equip you. The practical life is practical experience is different from theory. So when you go, you don't get the theoretical experience and then you come into the field, you get the practical trainings, the practical experience. I assure you say you can do very well in terms of delivery as a journalist.
I just said Danny as in final words.
Yes, but because this one come inside quickly because you mentioned the comments. Why English? We are in of course the reporting focus on Sierra Leone and we look at the population. 80 to 90% they are illiterate. Why the comments? You've been a journalist for be centered around English as a comment.
But as a journalist, you write news.
You get for right.
You get for write news. And you are not just targeting Sierra Leone. And let us also forget say the official language in Sierra Leone na English.
English language, of course.
So you want for be ensure say you able for articulate the issues well, you able for know how for write, go about your stories, because you dey prepare yourself for grow. If I'm not being grow, I would not have been where I am today as the
Exactly.
So that's why I always encourage my ladies, please, it's just a toxic, but please let me just squeeze out of them and go empower ourselves, so that when opportunities come, we don't leave it for the men. We know so not bokuna the media.
So now, Pastor,
we'll
there's so many things for talk.
space.
Pastor said there for talk.
A lot.
So the person asking, are there opportunities? How you go reach out?
So yes, with regards to that question, we by next month we go for begin the advert for the next intake. Right now, this cohort, then they on internship. We don't send them on internship, so then go there out for a month. So we go for advert, and most times if somebody wants forget information, they can contact 088-825-083. They're on WhatsApp.
You can call the number again.
Yes, or you can go now the office when Lifeline Upper School.
Just call the number again.
The number now 088-825-083. They're on WhatsApp. Or if you want to get detailed information, you can go on our website www.lifelineimaproject.org. You're able to get some information from there and able to contact the office again. Then they can able to guide you wherever you are now the salon for able to get the information or talk to the right person we're going for talk with within the Lifeline operations.
All right. Thank you so much. I want to say plenty thank you to the guests then today. Our lady PRO, thank you so much for being part of the program this morning. Pastor, thank you so much for being part of the program this morning, and we hope for get to know again, because this is a good collaboration. The media and vocational institution, it's a very, very good match. Thank you so much. So this will be the end of today's edition of Focus Salone when they come to now only now AMAZE TV channel 32. Before we go, Kaimo waiting will be you wise word.
Yes, of course, family, we not a wish for good, but we just have to, because we get all that quality content programs without wait now. But today's wise word they come up from Garcia now or anything. It gets, you see, if you want to put fence about river, but water go down past, that tells you in life. That's all you know. Say if you know become successful, no waste the time. No, like the things so they add value, and of course so they make it develop. Therefore, I've been, can you to say, stay connected, stay focused, because we get a lot from that. Back to you.
Thank you so much. I know so I missed yesterday. Anyway, he's back.
I'm back.
Yes, on behalf of our CEO James VK Ovoni, we say thank you to you all for where we know they watch this program every day, and on behalf of the management, I say thank you also. And I want to say plenty thank you to we production manager Abubakar Sidi Kamara. I want to say thank you to the guys in the control room, Abubakar Kamara and Joseph also. And don't forget, tomorrow again will be on your screen at exactly 8 a.m. I've been your host, Lydia K. Talker. Plenty thank you to Coffee Couriers before we go, for it always the sponsor this program here. Bye for now, see you tomorrow.
TV app. Entertainment everywhere, anytime. Key features include unlimited live streaming, live TV, high quality streams, and on-demand content. It has a user-friendly interface, personalized recommendation, can be accessed anywhere, and more. Download the AMAZE TV app from Google Play Store or App Store. Why wait? Download the AMAZE TV app today for more content. You can also visit us at our website www.amazetv.sl.live. Also catch up with us on all our social media platforms.